Good day, everyone. So we are Team Turtle, and we are going to propose a study entitled Globalization and Income Inequality, Who Benefits and Who is Left Behind. So I am James Nabin Tabasan.
I'm Rhea J.P. Poblete.
I am Carla Elavera. I am Trixie J. Toso.
And let's start this.
Globalization brings many opportunities, but it does not benefit everyone equally. Individuals with strong skills, higher education, and access to advanced technology often gain the most because they can compete globally and secure better paying jobs, while large companies expand their markets and increases profits. In contrast, people with fewer skills and small local businesses struggle to keep up with international competition, face job losses due to outsourcing, and experience fewer opportunities for growth. As a result, some groups move forward and while others falls behind, creating both winners and losers. This uneven distribution of advantages contributions to the rising income inequality seen in many countries today.
So for the important results of our study, so first is the difference in income levels. So globalization rewards certain skills in education while putting a downward pressure on the wages of others. So think of it as a competition for jobs, but not everyone is starting with the same tools. So the winners are the skilled and educated workers. So they benefit because they can work for multinational corporations that operate worldwide. So globalization increases the demand for their unique talents, allowing them to command higher wages and better benefits because their potential employers are now all the biggest companies in the world, not just the local ones. And the losers are those low-skilled workers. So they struggle because companies can save money by moving manufacturing or simple service jobs like basic data entry to countries with much lower labor costs. So this creates intense wage competition for low-skilled workers in the original country, causing their incomes to stay the same or even fall. So wood are the sectors that benefits. So they are the BPO, technology, banking, and multinational industries. They gain higher wages, more jobs, and bigger profits. So these industries gain higher profits, more global markets, and lower costs, leading to more jobs and better compensation for their skilled employees. So number three is the groups that are left behind. Farmers, small vendors, and low-skilled workers. They struggle due to cheap imports, unstable jobs, and weak local industries. So they struggle because they suffer from due to cheap imports, which undercut local prices, unstable jobs, factories move, and the inability of small local businesses to compete with large, efficient global chains.
Number 4. Impact of cost of living. Globalization leads to higher prices of goods and services, placing a disproportionate burden of lower income families who struggle to afford basic necessities. Number 5. Overall relationship between globalization and inequality. Globalization increases opportunities for economic growth, but within inequality when its benefit and shared fairly, favoring those with skills, capital, and power over vulnerable groups.
For our references, these studies show that globalization affects countries differently, often increasing income gaps. Goldberg and Pavlik 2007 explained that while globalization can help developing countries grow, the benefits are not shared equally. Jamot et al. 2013 add that technological changes and financial globalization raise income inequality because high-skilled workers gain more advantages. Lee and V. Varley 2006 emphasized that developing countries face social challenges as low-skilled workers are more likely to be left behind. Mela Novak 2016 explained that globalization increased winners, usually educated workers and global companies, while poorer groups benefits less. Finally, the World Bank 2013 highlight that global economic changes affects workers differently depending on their skills, migration, opportunities in access to resources.